channel. Got a special edition video here. I think there's a lot of questions. I've always had a lot of questions on whether to buy a used pair of sneakers from a company like Poshmark. So I've been on the hunt for a pair of Air Trainer SCs, the original colorway, the Bo Jackson Auburn. Finally found a pair on Poshmark that were used, and decided to pull the trigger. I got this pair for $100 from somebody in West Virginia, but obviously because they're older, I figure they're going to need a cleaning as well. So these are the 2009 releases of the Air Trainer SC Bo Jacksons. I'm going to open them up. I did take a quick glance already, but I'm going to open them up for everybody to see them here. Obviously it's an older paper, but it did come with the original box, which I'm excited about. And I had these growing up as a kid, so I've been in the hunt to get a pair. And I've been looking on Go, and I've been looking on StockX, and you know, never really found anything my size, and everything my size was like $300, $400, and I wasn't really willing to pay that. So I went on Poshmark, I found these, and you can tell there's some discoloration here on the sole a little bit, and they're a bit dirty. I mean, they're not too bad, but they do show their age a little bit. Tell the sole, so it's definitely been used. But I invested in one of these Reshoevn8r kits, and I don't know if all of you are familiar with them at all, but here, I'm knocking everything over. But it's the Reshoevn8r cleaning kit, the Ultimate Kit, and I found that it works really well in cleaning shoes. So I figured, you know, I'm gonna try this out, pull the trigger, and try to clean these shoes and see if there's any changes. Obviously, I'm gonna clean them anyways because they are a 10-year-old pair of sneakers. I don't know how many times the previous owner wore them and how he wore them or whatever, but figured I'd give it a quick scrub and let you guys sort of join in and watch the whole process. Alright, so I've got everything set up. We have the Reshoevn8r cleaning solution right here. You can see that. And then we have also the shoe deodorizer. Clean out any of the old smells from the shoe. And then we have a little basin here, which I'm going to fill with the solution. You just need a few drops. You don't need that much. I might give it a little extra, just given how old these shoes are. I think one of the first steps too is to remove these laces, and we're going to clean those off as well. So I've got the laces out. I got the Reshoevn8r shoe board in there. You can see that. Sorry, the lighting's not that great. So by the way, I'm not sponsored by Reshoevn8r. It's a kit that I bought when I saw them advertise it online. So just a disclaimer right now, I'm not sponsored by Reshoevn8r at all. It's just a kit that I bought that I've used in the past, and I found that it's very effective for cleaning sneakers. So anyways, yeah, let's give these things a good scrub. Something cool about this kit is that it comes with 3 different brushes. You have a soft bristle, a medium bristle, which you can use for midsoles, outside soles without, you know, worrying about scratching anything or taking away paint. And then you have the hard bristles, which I tend to use for the soles. And when it comes to the paint, especially on these older air trainers, these are all painted in. And if you use too hard of a brush, that would just strip right off, and you don't want that. Especially with a shoe that you coveted for so long, like I have this pair. So let's get started. I've taken out the soles, as you can see, and I use inserts anyways because I'm old and my feet are old, but you know, we'll still clean those off and get everything nice and hopefully newer looking. So we'll get scrubbing here. I'm going to film a little bit of me scrubbing, and then I'm just going to turn the camera off and really get into scrubbing it and sort of show the before and after. But right now under the light, you got the before. It's a pretty clean shoe to begin with. I'm just going to try to clean up the bottom as well and see if we can get a little bit more sparkle out of the shoe. Get our camera in position here. So a good thing you don't have to pre-treat anything, you just gotta dip the brush in and just start scrubbing away. And usually with used shoes, you just want to just start scrubbing everything with a light, soft brush. I don't know if you can see that, but it's definitely picking up a lot of dirt. With a shoe that's about 11 years old, you're going to get a lot of grime depending on the wear. And for a shoe that's this old, it doesn't look like you've been used a lot. But you just don't know. And you just don't want to put on some random shoe on your foot. So I like to give it a good wash here. I don't know if you can pick this up on camera, but there is definitely a brownish tinge to the suds. You can't really see it, but it's picking up. So a brownish tinge, so I'm gonna keep scrubbing here. Especially in the fabric, because you can get a lot of grime in there. But you want to be careful because of this old neoprene. You don't know how those shoes hold up in time. We're going to get inside here a little bit and clean up inside the tongue. Just to make sure we're thorough. Is that you have to let it dry for a couple days after doing this. But I always think it's better to wear a clean shoe, especially if it's used. So I'm going to get the shoe on in here just to move the tongue a little bit downwards. You know, I think that buying a used pair of sneakers, especially one that you coveted, has some advantages. Sorry. I think there are definitely some advantages. One of the advantages for sure is being able to find a shoe that people always want for cheap, or much cheaper than market. And I think that that's, you know, if you're on a budget but you have some pair of sneakers that you've been nostalgic about, it's a great way to buy. But number two, you're not so worried about just buying them and leaving them in their box and then just never wearing them. I think that, you know, one day you can always buy a pair of dead stock shoes and have them for sometime in the future or as a family heirloom or something. But for me, I want to wear these, and I think that if I bought a pair for $300, I'd be too hesitant to wear it. Whereas buying this used pair and just spending the time to sort of clean it up and make it nice again, I'm more inclined to just put it on and wear it. You know, there's already a little wear on it already, so you're not going to really scuff it up that much more. And that's sort of my plan with these. I want to be able to wear these out in the street. And not worry about, you know, scuffing them up. Started repeating myself here, but one of the cool things I've noticed between the 2009 and the 2017 release is the back tag, the back of the tongue, and that this shoe is made in China compared to, I think the newer ones are made in Vietnam. I don't know if that has any difference in terms of quality, but yeah, just fun little differences to point out. So I'm going to get scrubbing on the sole and hopefully see how much dirt we can take out of that and make it like new again. So after about a good solid 5 minutes of hard scrubbing, we were able to sort of clean off the bottom here. A bit more of the light, as you can see. So it's not too bad. You still have a lot of the texture in here, so the person who owned these shoes didn't really wear them that often, and the heel is still got sort of that texture to it. It's not grounded down. You know, you do have a lot of discoloration on the sole. I'm gonna zoom in here, but you know, it's a lot cleaner. So if you take the unclean one, so it's a pretty significant difference, but it just sort of gives much of that grime off as you can. You can see that. So it's almost like new. Not new, but put it side by side, it's got just a little bit more of the color. Sort of pops right out. Just a touch, but not too much. So we'll get started on the other shoe. I'm going to spray that deodorizer inside the right shoe and then get cranking on this pair over here. And hopefully we'll get that cleaned up as well. Okay, so finished off the other shoe. Much cleaner than before. You can see, not quite new, but not bad. The only thing I've noticed on these shoes is that you do have some paint cracking, little imperfections, but again, this is an 11-year-old shoe. Clean that up a little bit. Yeah, you know. Now, whether the argument is should you buy a used pair of sneakers from Poshmark or any other kind of similar service, you know, debatable. I mean, it depends on what it looks like in pictures, how well the person took care of the shoe. But overall, I mean, these are pretty clean. still pretty excited about them. Something that I wore, I think, in high school. You know, there's small scratches right around here on the toe box. But again, like I said, it's something that you buy it, hopefully you buy it cheap, but then it's something you're not too worried about wearing out in the street now. You know, I think that that's always a concern when you buy a shoe that's considered a grail. I'm going to deodorize these now. Get these smelling right. Just give it a good coating. Make sure there's no funk left in it. Yeah, so we're gonna let these dry and then get them laced up, and I'll let you know what I think after putting these shoes on. I haven't tried them on yet because I have a thing about putting on other people's shoes. I had to get it clean before putting it on, so I wasn't gonna go there. So get these all dried up and then get laced up, put my insoles in, and then, you know, see how they feel. But so far, the airbags looked intact, so not too much concern there. So let's get this area finished off, get these dried off, and show what they look like. So we've got the shoes all cleaned up now. I actually put them in the washing machine to sort of get the smell out some more. It didn't smell too bad, but it does smell like an aged shoe, so I decided to use Reshoevn8r's detergent in the washing machine. If you're not too familiar with the shoe cleaning process, you can go online and check it out. But you can tell from previous, it's much cleaner than it was. Got a lot of the dirt out on this sole of the shoe. Cleaned up a lot of the shoes, upper and the inside. Put more deodorizer inside the shoe to sort of freshen up the smell a little bit. And now I'm just getting back to lacing up the shoe. As you can tell, there's some wear, some creases here in the toe box, but again, it's, you know, a shoe that got for $100 off of Poshmark that normally goes for about $300 to $400 on sites like Goat and StockX if they're ever available, especially in a size 10. So I think they clean up really well. I think you can buy used shoes off of Poshmark and sites like that. Especially if you intend on wearing the shoe, then you don't feel as protective about them. You're more inclined to wear them out in the street, wear them every day, not worry about them getting worn down because they've got some wear on them already. You know, it doesn't mean that I won't try to buy another pair to sort of keep dead stock one day for another 10 years to wear down the road. But yeah, I mean, they clean up really well, and I feel like I got a heck of a deal off of a pair of shoes that somebody wanted to offload. So I feel very fortunate in that. So I'm gonna go ahead and lace them up and give you the final shot. So we got the shoes all relaced, and now we've got the final product. These are your Trainer SC Auburns, fully restored. Not fully restored, partially restored, cleaned up. Looking as good as they can, looking as good as new. You know, it's a wearable pair that I got for $100 on Poshmark. Pretty happy, pretty excited to wear these out in the street now. And yeah, so back to the final debate. Should you buy used shoes from Poshmark or similar sites, eBay, any of these shopping websites where people want to, offload their used shoes or sneakers? I would say it depends. I was lucky that these were pretty good nick already. Obviously there's some issues here, but this is creased. But if your intention is just to wear the shoes, I would definitely study the pictures or ask the seller for more pictures, especially of the soles. You want to get a little bit more in depth on that. And if you look at this, there's still a lot of the grooves left, so you can tell that these shoes weren't really worn too much. And big keys to look at the heel. As you can see, there's a bit of flat spot right there, but not heavy because everywhere else sort of has its indentation. So there wasn't a lot of use of these shoes, which I'm pretty happy about. You can look there at the detail on the front end. It's not scuffed up at all. So the person who had these kept them in pretty good condition. If you look at the other shoe, it's sort of the same. No flat spots. So no heavy wear on these shoes at all. So they really took care of this pair of shoes. Must have been their favorites too at the time, and probably just needed space for some new ones. Cosmetically great. Needs no actual touch up of paint. There's just a small scratch there on the toe, as I pointed out earlier. There's no fray. There's no bits of yarn or anything sticking out. Not a lot of heavy wear. So again, I think I got lucky. Got very fortunate that the person agreed. They wanted 120 for him. I offered him 100, and they took it. But again, I would do my homework. I wouldn't just buy any pair of shoes off of Poshmark or any of those sites, sort of sight unseen. But if you do your homework, I think you would be able to get a pair of sneakers that you've been really wanting to get and would actually have an inclination to wear, because they're not dead stock shoes, so you wouldn't really be losing the value of them. And like I said earlier, I will still probably hunt down a pair of dead stocks just to have for the future, but probably a 2017 release, a newer release, just because when shoes get to about 10, 15 years old, the rubber and soles will really start to wear down. All in all, I'm super excited, very happy about the purchase, and yeah. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and please subscribe to the channel. I know I've been doing a lot of unboxing of new sneakers, but this has been really eye-opening for me, and hopefully I'll be able to find some other kicks that I'll find online, and hopefully clean them up and get sort of a similar result. I'm sure about to fail on one of them, but so far so good. Anyways, thanks again for watching this video, and yeah, click that like button and hit subscribe. Thanks a lot.